Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina getting ready to do your February reading. This is occurring very close to the wolf moon, full moon in Leo, and it is almost at the same time as the sun joining Pluto in the early minutes of Aquarius. So this represents a huge shift not only for those of us as individuals, but for the planet. And depending on where it falls in your individual chart, for Sagittarius rising in particular, it is falling into the area of not only where we share resources with others, but also our hopes, our dreams, our desires to expand and grow. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. I want to thank all of you that has participated. It has been such a joyful experience to find members of my tribe, and I thank you all. I will be giving away a free reading and on or around the 1st of each month. February is coming up, and it's based on the comments and the donations that I received previously. So I'm excited to be offering this to you. Thank you for your presence in whatever way that you support me. It is all important, primarily your presence here. So Sagittarius, let's get started with your overall energy for the month of February, the 9 of Swords. This is about really the deep release of pain. This is also about, as part of releasing that pain, as part of letting go, surrendering to any kind of trauma or difficult experiences, memories of failures or heartaches. You are letting go of the opinions, the beliefs, the ideas of others about what you should be doing and who you are. And this has so thoroughly shaped the resistance in your life to doing what is your heart's call, what is your purpose, your passion, that you have worked, I would say for many of you, some decades at releasing this energy. It can be equated to Pluto's movement out of Capricorn, and the planet will touch on return back to the last degree of Capricorn in the middle of October until the middle of November. Following that, it will go into Aquarius permanently and for the next 20 or so years. So it is very important that you honor this process. You allow this healing. You're in the last stages of the fullest understanding that you can accept now at this particular moment. The healing cycles are cyclical, they're spirals, they're ascending spirals, and we return to this cycle, as is 9. You're completing a cycle of healing here. You're completing the release of these old beliefs. But the more we grow, we return back to these experiences, and we always see them in a different way. So for all of the difficulty that you are releasing, this circular thoughts and the voices of others in your head, the expectations of others always imposed upon you is being released. And with this release comes a lot of physical exhaustion and the need for deep rest, really deep rest here. So being kind to yourself is really important. And this is something you've learned to do. In the present, we have the 7 of Swords. In the past, the Death card. And in the future, the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I would absolutely say that you are really looking at the way your belief in the sabotage of others has allowed you to sabotage yourself. So what felt like the impenetrable wall of disapproval, criticism, not being taken seriously, made fun of, looked down upon, denigrated, whatever you felt played into your sense of not being good enough, not having enough, is something that has stopped you significantly in the past from pursuing what you desire, what you long for. And this has everything to do for the Sagittarians I'm speaking to today with this pursuit of a sage, scholarly, philosophical, spiritual evolution or growth of some sort or another, an expansion, a relatedness to a diversity of cultures and truth. That is the inclination you have wanted to pursue. You may have pursued, but along the journey, you may have allowed yourself to be stopped on this path and shifted your attention almost erratically so that you have a sense of not having mastered anything. Nothing could be further from the truth. And part of believing that is believing what others say about you, what others dictate to you or believe you should be doing. You always find yourself wanting in comparison to that. And you're now realizing how that has stopped your flow, how that stopped your progress. And you are furthermore understanding that haters are a part of the game. And this is something that is difficult for you actually to believe. It's not that you're simply gullible. It's just for some of you, this lack of optimistic, hopeful expectations for others is the way you're built. And that others could want something less than positive, happy, or successful for you is difficult for you to really take in. And taking that in is ultra wounding to you. And so you're really rising above this really limited view that others control who you are, even by resistance, and recognizing how you played into that. In the past, you have been long working on the release of this old you, this old person that was responsive to the needs of others, to the thoughts and ideas of others, that greeted even the most unkind criticism with a kind of optimism, a kind of earnestness with which you took every thought that you believed sincerely given, especially if it was from people who you believed loved you seriously. And you're now realizing that no one knows you like you know you. No one can know your path. No one can know what's right for you. And the reason that those ideas, you've always resisted those ideas, is because they're not for you. Letting that go, surrendering to that has been really an absolute physical change in some serious way in your life. You may have changed jobs, locations, released partners, released old friends, and really dug into recognizing your own path, gaining confidence on that, allowing the truths that you've experienced, allowing your experiences to point you in the direction to validate your talents. And towards that end, you've actually focused appropriately on relationships, an area for many of you that is a weakness. And that this isn't about popularity, because I have no doubt, especially for those of you with Sag rising, having fun, being a fun person, people like you, people like to hang around you, you like people, and people sense that. And so you're a fun, warm, exciting person to be around. You love to play. But you also realize that perhaps as part of this negative habit, this internalized trauma that you've experienced where you were always being put down by others, you were always being laughed at or teased because you were different. Even just your positive demeanor was different enough to make you seem like foolish to others. That has seeded this sense of a desire from escape, so that you have not committed. You've been afraid of commitment. You don't trust other people, and you've really worked on that. You're working on that now. You're looking at those relationships, those friendships that you really can count on, and seeing how they work and how you can preserve them, and why relationships haven't worked if you have not received what you feel that you have to offer. If this is resonating for you, Sagittarius, please like this video. Please share it with others who might find it useful or fun. And please comment below. I enjoy reading your thoughts. I love some of the deep wisdom some of you have brought to me. So below is my email address. So whether you're wanting to reach out for a reading or to share some information, I appreciate that, as well as in the comments. I also am asking you to subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, at this time, which, as you know, helps me immensely to be able to continue to do what I do. And we pulled the Judgment card. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. I love this. This is something you're deeply internalizing finally. Not only does everyone else have their own unique path and challenges, and so do you. And my sense is that that has been what has been difficult for you, because of your optimism, your desire to have fun, to fit in, to belong. You have not accepted your real difference, that it is divine, that we all have a different path because we have different ways of serving. I pulled from Flora and Fauna of Africa the toothed rock crab, and the plant associated with that is the heath bell. And it says, take some time to figure things out. Try a different approach to exploring yourself and the world around you. And this is perhaps in reference to the way that the crab moves sideways rather than the way we move front and back and side to side. But the crab is actually designed to move sideways. And that is a clue to a different way of gaining the information, exploring and discovering aspects about yourself, your strengths that you may not have considered in the past. The Seven of Swords in the present is clarified by the King of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. You are, if not one who believes in ideas, is excited about new ideas, loves to explore the spiritual realms, training, education, moving into a variety of cultures, exploring difference. This is a strength of yours, a strength of your perception. You are in a position to talk about this, to be curious about this, to challenge your own perception about what that is, what that means to you, because you are in a pivotal place in your own evolution where you have recognized the way that you have inherited from whatever largesse you have experienced in this life. This can be ancestral wealth, this can be cultural heritage, This can be literal ancestors or family largesse that you've been able to participate in, and that has supported your understanding that others have come before you and done the work to give you many of the opportunities you've had and that they did not. And that you, in recognizing this, understand now that you too can give back. You can be a part of this heritage, this legacy in which you share what you, the way that you've learned to come into your power, to come into your service, your gift, to express that holistically so that others can do it too. This is a way of generating greater abundance for greater people, making it accessible to more people. And the understanding that abundance is far beyond the consumerism that is shown to us daily in thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of images and messages. In the past, the Death card is clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. Ooh, love this. The Five of Pentacles is really familiar to so many of us that have been raised again in a consumerist culture where more is better. Having a lot is better. And you are understanding how fundamentally destructive an excess of things can be, how destructive the labels that have been attached to you in particular, and the labels that are attached to other people or other things are limiting to the opportunities available. Even moreover, you are understanding that you are different. You are unique. You're embracing that uniqueness. You're understanding that you can't be like other people. It is not in your DNA. And this is really valuable as you look towards some of that early family of origin patterning, some of those behaviors that have encouraged you to not feel that you belonged. Even the very idea of not belonging, being an outlier, is something that you're challenging for yourself now. You already belong. You belong somewhere because you're here. And this idea that because you're not like everybody else, you don't belong is really something that you are exploding. You're embracing your uniqueness, your difference by embracing your ancestry, your culture that has led you and shaped you to where you are in this life, and is now helping you focus on the way that you can express your unique voice. Stay on your path with vision in a way that discourages you from trying to solve all the problems around you. That's not why you're here. There's certainly a tremendous healing potential in your ability to be who you are fully and to understand who that is. It's something you are naturally able to share with people that are not like you in a way that they can hear and see and perceive positively. So what a tremendous gift that is. And the sixth, in the future, the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a repeat. And this is really a confirmation that you are on this tremendous path of opening up your heart in a way that is not simply the kind of optimistic cheerleading that has perhaps been a feature of your past behaviors. I'm not denigrating being optimistic, being positive, supporting others, being a cheerleader. These are all lovely qualities, but they have masked in many ways a really much deeper compassion that you may have felt was unsafe to share. Certainly in your family of origin, this kind of compassion was automatic. You were born with certain gifts, empathy, being able to sense things from people without them communicating that directly. And that was a dangerous skill in some ways. It kept you stuck and chained. There's a certain sadness that I'm picking up that that was a part of your gift, a part of your ability to see things that others couldn't see. You could see the heartbreak, the sorrow, the pain that others experienced. And as you are breaking free from that kind of codependent relationship, dare I say, where you enabled others and allowed yourself to service others who were not always attending to your needs, particularly if you were a child, to balancing out, harmonizing your relationships, all energy exchanges, not just traditional relationships, but any form of contract or agreement with others are now scrutinized in a much more practical, grounded way that recognizes abundance at the end of the road for everyone. And steeling yourself up for this whole new way of experiencing life, you're anticipating them coming for you. The haters are there. You're anticipating people being critical, looking at you sideways for some of the things that you're pursuing, some of the ideas you're articulating, some of your joyful passion, as if it can't be authentic, it can't be real. So you are picking your battles. You're very clear that you have been down this road before, and the way you reacted in the past is not the way that you now understand this. You now see fear. You now see the fear of others when you express your joy, your love, your happiness as if it can't be real. It must be false, or you must not be very bright. You're really brushing that away. It no longer matters to you what others think. What does matter to you is the information they're giving you through their actions and words, and finding the truth among those actions and words, even if it's out of fear. There's some truth there, and you're in a beautiful position and have the qualities, the abilities to suss out what is real so that you can plan and strategize accordingly on your way to this beautiful balance, this beautiful legacy that you're promoting in the world. I'm going to finish up this reading, Sagittarius, with Language of the Flowers. And I pulled the status. And the key word is adaptation. Change will be better than you think. I like this. I like the unexpected quality of this particular mantra. So thank you, Capricorn, fellow Capricorns. I mean, I said Capricorns, but I meant Sagittarius. I have a Sagittarius rising, but I'm a Capricorn sun. So sorry for the mix-up, mash-up there. It definitely resonated for me. Until next time, namaste.